After I discovered this, my life changed completely. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract money, opportunities, love, and success like it's pure magic, while others, no matter how hard they try, keep getting stuck in the same cycle of scarcity and frustration? Bob Proctor used to say, "You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are." Take a moment to think about that. Everything in the universe vibrates. Everything is energy in motion. You, your thoughts, money, emotions, health, time, everything has its own frequency. Now imagine a radio station. If you want to listen to jazz, tuning into a heavy metal station won't get you there. No matter how much you wish for jazz, no matter how much you pray, beg, or try, if you're tuned into the wrong frequency, the right sound will never reach you. Reality works exactly the same way. You're constantly sending out a vibrational frequency based on what you feel, think, and, most importantly, believe to be true about yourself. That frequency is like a signal you're broadcasting to the universe, and the universe, acting like a perfect mirror, sends back people, situations, and circumstances that match that vibration. If you're vibrating fear, insecurity, or lack, you'll only attract experiences that reinforce those feelings. But if you're vibrating confidence, certainty, and worthiness, everything starts to shift. And here's what nobody ever told you. You don't have to chase after what you want. You just have to match the frequency of what you want, and it will come to you. Yes, it's simple, but it's not easy. Because most people spend their lives trying to change the outside world, without realizing it's just a reflection of their inner station. You can change jobs, move to another country, even win the lottery. But if you don't change the frequency you're sending out, all of that will slip right through your fingers. It will repeat. You'll self-sabotage. You've seen this happen, haven't you? People who achieve something only to lose it soon after. Who jump into a new relationship and end up facing the same problems as before. Who make money but somehow fall right back into the same hole. You know why? Because their lives were trying to change without them changing on the inside. The truth is, vibration comes before manifestation. Tesla said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Bob Proctor said, if you want to change what's on the outside, change what's on the inside. And are you ready to change your station? Because from this moment on, you're going to learn how to tune your mind, your emotions, and your identity to the exact frequency of what you desire. But first, take a breath and honestly reflect. What frequency have you been vibrating over the last few days? No masks, no lies. The answer to what's showing up in your life is right there. If this is making sense to you, keep listening. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the language your subconscious understands, emotion. Because thinking positive thoughts isn't enough. You need to feel it as if it's already real. Thought is the signal you send. Emotion is the magnet that brings everything back. Have you ever noticed you can repeat positive affirmations every day, but if inside you're anxious, insecure, or afraid, nothing really changes? That happens because your subconscious doesn't respond to words. It responds to the emotional vibration behind them. The conscious mind is logical, rational, but the subconscious is symbolic, emotional, it feels. It's as if your subconscious is constantly asking, how are you feeling right now? Because that's what I'm going to manifest. You can say, I am wealthy 1,000 times. But if, when you say it, you feel scarcity, comparison, frustration, that's the message the universe receives. And that's what you keep attracting. It's like trying to warm up a room with ice. No matter how many candles you light with your mind, if your emotional temperature inside is fear, everything freezes. Bob Proctor explained this perfectly. Thoughts are like waves in the ether, but emotion is the fuel that powers those thoughts. In other words, thinking without feeling is like trying to fly a plane without fuel. Now, imagine what happens when thought and emotion are aligned. You visualize something clearly. You feel as if it has already happened. You live that state inside you as a present truth. At that moment, you become magnetic. You become unstoppable. The vibration you send out in that state broadcasts a pure, direct, powerful signal. and reality begins to rearrange itself around you. But here's the catch. Most people desire things with contaminated emotions. They desire with anxiety, with a hidden fear that maybe it won't work. And that's like tuning into a broken frequency. You want peace, but you vibrate desperation. You want money, but you vibrate guilt. You want love, but you vibrate rejection. It doesn't work. So here's the key. You need to train your emotions before you change your life. Start paying attention to how you feel when you think about your desire. Stop right now for a few seconds. Close your eyes. Picture something you deeply want. Financial freedom, your dream home, a new relationship. Now ask yourself, how would this make me feel? That answer is your frequency. That feeling is what needs to be nurtured right now, even if nothing has changed on the outside. Because when you vibrate as if you already have it, you speed up the manifestation process. And even more than that, you transform. Because the real goal was never just to have what you want. It's to become who you need to be. In the next chapter, we'll dive straight into this. How to align your vibrational identity with what you desire. Because without changing who you are, nothing truly holds. But before moving forward, take a breath and remember this phrase. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you feel to be true. If that's striking a chord with you, just imagine what's coming next. Subscribe now. You'll never get what you want until you become someone who truly believes they deserve it. Now imagine this. You step onto a stage, but instead of memorizing a role, you choose to live, feel, and breathe as if you already are that person. You wear the clothes. You walk like them. You think like them. You feel like them. Over time, what once was just acting becomes your reality. This is how the subconscious mind works. It doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's consistently imagined. Bob Proctor said it best. You have to become the kind of person who attracts what you want. Success isn't something you chase. It's something you attract by who you become. And it all starts with one simple but powerful question. Who are you on the frequency of what you desire? If you want financial freedom, ask yourself, how does a financially free person think? How do they feel when they wake up? How do they handle challenges? What do they no longer tolerate? If you want true love, how does someone who feels fully loved behave? How do they speak to themselves? How do they care for themselves, set boundaries, and prioritize their well-being? This is your vibrational identity blueprint. The problem is most people want to change their life while staying the same self. The same thought patterns. The same attitudes. The same inner dialogue. They want new results with an old mindset. They want millions, yet still think like someone drowning in debt. They want love, yet still vibrate abandonment. They want success, yet carry guilt for wanting more. There's no room for the old self. The old you can't step into the life you desire. And until that old version dissolves, the new reality stays blocked. Like it's just a few feet away, but separated by an invisible glass. You see it, but you can't touch it. You want it, but you don't live it. That's why so often manifestation feels close, yet never fully arrives. Because your identity is still tuned into a different station. You don't have to wait to be. You can decide right now. You can close your eyes and start living mentally as if you already have it. You can walk with a new posture. Speak with more power. Choose with greater awareness. This isn't pretending. It's rehearsing your future until it becomes your present. Neville Goddard called this, assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And the more you repeat that emotional experience, the more your subconscious accepts it as truth. The more your vibration shifts. The more the world responds. Not by magic, but by energetic alignment. Because the universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you become. And your point of power begins with two simple words. I am. What you declare after that shapes your entire reality. So choose carefully. Because I am poor, I am unlucky, I am small, are vibrational commands the universe fulfills with precision. But I am prosperous, I am loved, I am free, are codes that rewrite your identity in the energetic field. And the field always responds. Now, stop. Close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself, who do I need to become to live the life I desire? Not as a concept, but as a real experience. Because the moment you align with that identity, everything changes. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the vibrational noise that sabotages this transformation, the hidden beliefs that disconnect you from the right frequency, even when you're already trying to change. If this is awakening something in you, subscribe to the channel now. And write in the comments, I choose a new story, if you're committed to this new identity. What's programmed inside you manifests itself despite you. Have you ever wondered why, even after doing positive affirmations, visualizations, and listening to reprogramming videos, some things just don't budge? It's like driving with one foot on the gas and the other on the brake. Outwardly you say, I want prosperity. But inside, there's a quiet voice whispering, you don't deserve it. That's the invisible force blocking your frequency, limiting subconscious beliefs. Bob Proctor said, you've been programmed since childhood, and most of those programs aren't even yours. Yet they control your life. From 0 to 7 years old, your subconscious was wide open. Like a sponge, it absorbed everything it heard, saw, and felt, without filter, without judgment. Phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. You have to work hard to get anything. Thinking small avoids disappointment. These ideas became vibrational codes inside you. And today, even if you say you want prosperity, your vibration says, it's dangerous, it'll push people away, it's way too hard. You start to sabotage yourself. You procrastinate. You spend more than you earn. You avoid important decisions. You run from opportunities. And all of this happens without you even realizing it. Because your subconscious will always protect the old programming. It was designed to keep you alive, not necessarily prosperous. And thriving can feel like a risk, especially if your programming associates wealth with something negative. Now, take a deep breath and listen closely. If there's a repeating pattern in your life, it's not bad luck. It's a program. The good news? Every program can be rewritten, but it takes awareness, repetition, and emotion. You need to identify the beliefs holding you back and replace them with new ideas, strong, vibrant, and emotional ones. It's not enough to say, I am prosperous, with your lips. You have to feel that new belief as your truth, because the subconscious only changes when the emotional impact of the new idea is stronger than the old one. You can do this in several ways. Visualization with intense emotion. Affirmations that are felt, not just spoken. Listening to reprogramming content before sleep. Living small daily actions as if you already are the new version of yourself. But most importantly, choose every day to vibrate like someone who is already free. And here's the most crucial point. You don't need to believe it fully at the start. You just have to decide not to feed the old lie anymore. Whenever you catch yourself saying, I can't, stop. Take a breath. And say firmly, that's an old story. I choose a new one now. Do this consistently, and you'll start to notice. Situations begin to shift. Opportunities show up. People respond differently. And what once felt impossible starts coming within reach. Not because the world changed, but because you changed your core frequency. And now, you're no longer just wanting it, you are it. In the next chapter, we'll explore how time and space respond to this new frequency, and why everything seems to speed up when you get into vibrational alignment. What you vibrate as your present ignores time and shapes the now. Have you ever felt like time was speeding up? Or like, at certain moments, everything magically seems to conspire in your favor? Those are side effects of a mind that's found vibrational coherence. Bob Proctor used to say, the universe doesn't operate on time. It operates on frequency. In other words, manifestation isn't about how much time has passed. It's about how you're vibrating right now. But here's the paradox. The more you worry about time, the more you broadcast the frequency of lack. And the more you feel that lack, the more absence the universe returns to you. It's like chasing your own shadow. You speed up, but it slips away. You push harder, but nothing arrives. Why is that? Because the dominant vibration is still. It's not here yet. I'm not there yet. I don't have it yet. And the energy field faithfully responds to that. Remember, the only vibration that manifests is the present moment. Your future self already exists, but it can only show up when you act like them right now. That's why waiting is a trap, because waiting sends the universe the vibrational message that you're not yet worthy. But those who act as if they already are, build a quantum bridge between the now and the desire, and when that bridge stabilizes, what once seemed far away in time simply happens, not because you forced it, but because you allowed it. You didn't manifest. You aligned. You know that moment when you think of someone and they call? Or that day when, out of nowhere, a solution appears you didn't even know you needed? That's not coincidence. That's immediate vibrational response. But you only notice it when you let go of control. Because desire is the beginning, but trust is the channel. The frequency of trust says, I don't need to know how. I just need to be. And that changes everything. Think about it. Have you ever seen someone nervous manifest miracles? Have you ever seen someone anxious attract with clarity? Because those emotions create interference. They close the antenna. But peace, gratitude, that feeling of, it's already here, those are what open the invisible doors. And here's a key that few will tell you. You don't need to know how your desire will manifest. You just need to act like you're already living it. Then time bends. Space responds. And the paths that once seemed impossible fold before your vibration. So today, instead of asking, how long will it take? Ask yourself, what can I do right now to feel like it's already mine? It could be a small action, a gesture, a new choice, a silence filled with intention, anything that aligns you with the emotion of your fulfilled desire. Because time is just a reflection of your frequency. In the next chapter, we'll dive into daily high vibration rituals. Simple yet powerful practices you can start today to speed up this alignment. You don't become a high vibration person by chance. You become one by choice every single day. Imagine an old radio. With a small dial, you turn to tune into the right station. If you turn it just a fraction off, the sound gets all static. Why? Your mind works the same way. Every morning when you wake up, you turn that invisible dial. And depending on how you start the day, you tune into the frequency of scarcity or abundance, fear or confidence, anxiety or presence. Bob Proctor said, daily repetition is the secret to creating a new paradigm. Do you want to change your reality? Then you need to build rituals that remind you every single day of who you've chosen to be. Because if you wake up on autopilot, grab your phone, and soak up all the world's fear, you've already lost your frequency before you even had your coffee. Now imagine the opposite. You wake up, take a deep breath, sit quietly on your bed for a few moments, and ask yourself, who do I choose to be today? This simple question changes everything, because it activates your power of intention, and intention shapes your vibrational field even before your actions begin. Here are 3 powerful rituals to raise your frequency every day. Morning presence ritual. Before you engage with anything outside, sit quietly. Play soft music if you want, and mentally repeat, I am the creator of my reality. I vibrate in love, peace, and abundance. Today, everything works in my favor. Feel the words. Don't just say them. Say them like the entire universe is listening. Intentional visualization. Close your eyes and vividly picture your ideal self living today. Notice how they walk, how they react, how they smile, how they move through the world. Most importantly, feel how they feel. Because feelings are the language the universe understands. Vibrational affirmations before sleep. Before you drift off, when your mind is most open, listen to or repeat affirmations like, I am worthy of everything I desire. My mind is connected to infinite source. Every night, I reprogram my subconscious to thrive. Everything I want is already mine. Do this for 21 days. No skipping, no doubting, Repetition in this sleepy state embeds the new frequency deep into your mind. And here's the secret. You don't need to feel a huge leap all at once. Just feel 1% better each day. Because 1% a day, over 30 days, completely transforms your core vibration. It's not magic. It's neural wiring. It's energetic alignment. You're training your mind to tune into what you want. And the more consistent you are, the less effort it takes. The radio stops flickering. The station locks in. And the universe responds clearly. In the next chapter, we'll talk about the state of allowing. The final stage of manifestation, where you release control and become a natural magnet for everything you desire. What you chase runs away. What you allow flows. Have you noticed the biggest blessings in life don't show up when you're desperate, but when you're at peace? There's a secret about the law of attraction that few truly understand. Wanting something too badly can actually block it. Because when your desire comes wrapped in anxiety, neediness, or frustration, you're vibrating the exact opposite of what you want to attract. Bob Proctor used to say, "You don't have to chase after what you want. You need to become what you want." And that becoming only happens when you step into the state of allowing. Allowing means letting go, with presence. It's when you say, "I know what I want. I'm vibrating as if it's already mine. And now, I trust." Trust doesn't mean passivity. It means vibrational maturity. It means knowing the universe is precise, that everything has its timing and order. And you don't need to control the how, only your being. Think about nature. You don't see the sun struggling to shine. You don't see a tree trying to grow faster. Everything flows naturally. And when you step into that same flow, you become one with universal intelligence. Money comes. The right people show up. Ideas flow clearly. Opportunities find you. But only when you release resistance. Resistance is every time you think, "It's not here yet. Why isn't this working? Am I doing this right? What if nothing changes?" These thoughts are out of sync with abundance. They act like anchors holding you down. But you can free yourself from them right now. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. And repeat quietly in your mind, "I allow the best to come to me. I open myself to receive. I align with divine intelligence. I already am." This is the moment wanting stops. And being begins. This is where you transcend the logical mind. And activate your true power. Remember, the universe doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to who you are. And when you become the vibration of what you desire, you won't have to chase anything anymore. Everything will start chasing you. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is your moment. Imagine what's coming in the next videos. Imagine who you can become. You were born to be prosperous. You were born to be free. You were born to remember that everything is already within you.